So last time we talked about PDFs. We talked about PDFs and we talked about the advantages of using Adobe Acrobat Pro over the Reader. You probably have heard of Acrobat Reader. You may not have heard about Acrobat Pro, and I hope that you will at least try downloading maybe a trial version of this program and looking at all the ways that you can do things that you couldn't do particularly well in the Reader. So you're probably familiar with Adobe Reader. You might not be familiar with Adobe Acrobat Pro, but today we're going to be talking about a program that you probably haven't heard of, and that program is called Endnote. So this program, Endnote, is one of a number of programs which people use to automatically produce citations, whether they be in-text citations, endnotes, footnotes, or bibliographies. There are a number of other programs. There are some other programs which, like this one, you have to buy. There are some other options where they are free, they're open source. I'm aware that Microsoft Word has its own reference system, but this program is the largest, and most importantly, this program, as a Tamasat student, you are able to download for free from the library. And so this is another facility provided to you from the library, and I really encourage you to make the most of the school fees, the university fees that you are paying by using this. All you need to do is, if you don't know what to do, you take your laptop to the library and you ask someone to help. But it is very, very easy to install, and you use it with your word processor. So what I want to do today is I want to just introduce to you about some of the main functions of this amazing program called Endnote. Maybe you've had the experience where you have written a paper and you have lost marks because the references weren't formatted right. Or you submitted a paper and the lecturer gave it back to you and said, please redo the references, they are not correct. There is no need to do... Sometimes we have to do hard. Sometimes there is no way around doing hard. But sometimes there is. And I would say that Endnote, more than any other program, has revolutionized my professional life, because it has allowed me to do a boring, mundane, time-consuming task that I almost always got wrong, to do that automatically. So let's look around Endnote and talk about Endnote. So the program works by inserting a reference from a library that you have made, and it uses a system called Cite While You Write. So you place in a reference, you add page numbers, and then you can, at the end of your paper, when you have written everything, you can automatically produce footnotes, endnotes, and bibliographies. The other very, very, very cool function in Endnote is this, is that if you go to Google, let's just go to Google Scholar. When you go to Google Scholar and you go here, Google Scholar, and we're going to be talking about a lot about this guy, Rogers Brubaker. And you'll see in Google Scholar that you can click on this icon here. Let's just increase this. It'll be a bit easier for you to see this way. So I click on this here, and I can select to, so this is This is what the reference looks like in APA, Chicago, Harvard. These are citation conventions. But I can click Endnote and it downloads, and then I click on here and Endnote opens, and I'm just going to have to find the right Endnote library. And here is the citation for Rogers Brubaker, ethnicity without groups. So you'll see, you may not be able to see this, and apologies if you can't. You'll see that on the right hand side I have the author, the year and the title, and the publisher. And what I can do when I am writing an article is I can just effortlessly open Microsoft Word, open blank document. Let's increase that there so you can see it. I put in the reference, and then I can automatically, now how do I do this? This is a new computer, and then I format it, and automatically the reference is created without me having to do anything. So there is the citation, there is the reference. If I wanted, so this is life-changing. Many of you in the past have been unclear about how to do references. Maybe you haven't been citing your work because you don't know the conventions, and that leaves you open to problems with plagiarism, where you are claiming that ideas and phrases are yours when actually they are not. I'm going to be talking about how we can use Endnote when we are doing field work. But the other important function of Endnote is that you can not only import citations from Google Scholar, but if you go to Endnote, you can choose to look at you can download references from libraries from around the world. So I've just hooked into the Library of Congress, and I'm going to put in Rogers Brubaker, and I am going to press find, and it is going to download 9 references, 9 books by this guy, Rogers Brubaker. There's actually a problem with the internet in the studio at the moment, and so you'll just have to trust me that you can do that, which is another way of saying that it is no longer necessary for me to manually put in the author, the year, the title, the place published, the publisher. You can download already existing citations from websites. When you go on to the Thammasat University website and you search journal articles, when you go to the journal page, you will see you are able to download references, and you can choose to download them as EndNote. Incredibly powerful. And so this is a way that you can, and this is what I do when I do literature reviews, and I'll be talking about, when we talk about research methodology, we're going to be talking a bit about literature reviews, surveying and reading the literature that's already out there. Sometimes I want to try and grab absolutely everything that I can, any references, books, articles, and I want them all to come and put them in my computer. And one of the first ways I can find out what is out there is by using the facilities on Endnote. I've already talked about Google Scholar. You are able to download citations. You are able to access a number of university libraries. There are hundreds, even thousands of university libraries that allow all of their catalogue to be searched by Endnote, and you are able to download these. This is a wonderful way for you to understand all the people that have written on the issues, the phenomenon, whether they be theoretical, historical, on whatever it is. But this is one of the fastest ways for you to find what has been written already. Now, just a word of warning as an experienced learner. You'll be presented with the opportunity for you to import a PDF into an Endnote reference. And so you go to your Endnote library and you can click on this link and it will take you to the PDF. Now, I would recommend you not to do that for a number of reasons. But the most important is what this will do is it's going to balloon the size of your Endnote library. So you've got, as part of your hard drive, you've got a place in your hard drive where you store your PDFs. Now, some programs, when you link a PDF to an Endnote library, for example, you will find that your storage, the amount of space that PDF takes is now doubled. Now, if you've only got a small bibliography, I mean, I've got thousands of bibliographies. If I put everything into my bibliography, my hard drive would balloon and it would be complete and utter chaos, mayhem. My suggestion is that you don't do that. So my suggestion to you is that you consider downloading this program. There will be YouTube tutorials that can help you get started. It is almost certainly the case that right here at Thammasat University, seminars introducing students to Endnote are offered by the library staff. I strongly encourage you to download the program, to give it a go, and if you really think that you need to, you can attend one of these free seminars. There are lots of other tutorials available on YouTube and lots of other places, for example. But this program has the potential to change your life, and later on we're going to be talking about the relevance of this material to research methodology, and a big emphasis of mine when we talk about ethnographic research methodology is making sure that we really are managing our data as well as we can. So that's enough about Endnote from me. I hope that you've enjoyed it, and I hope you go and get Endnote. Stay tuned for the next lecture in this series of lectures teaching some important study and IT skills. Thanks very much.